everybody, Terrence Popp here from darklist.com with another episode from the Lair. Today, I got a headache, feeling under the weather, which happens a lot. Got a migraine, what are you gonna do? But today is weapons maintenance day, and I'm sharpening knives, swords, oiling up everything. It's got to be done. I usually do it every 90 days to make sure everything's good to go. A good soldier always maintains his equipment, and if he doesn't, he might lose his life over it one day when it fails him, so don't be that guy. Got some homebrew Scotch ale, 11% alcohol, brewed somewhere around here in New York, and it's pretty goddamn good. All right, today I got a little bit of hate mail for everybody, and I believe I have an opinion and a couple questions, so let's just dive into it. All right, here, number one, this is by somebody who hates my guts, which I absolutely love. Mr. Popp, I have seen most of your work and have concluded you are a male chauvinist pig, and you'd be correct. How dare you say such degrading things about women? You have 2 daughters. Aren't you afraid your children will be ashamed of you? You need to be shut down and your hate speech forever silenced. You are a warmongering, ignorant hate farmer. Okay. Well, one, I don't really preach hate. I just tell it how it is. I mean, go through there and see if I said the word hate, like I hate this and I hate that, which applies to like women or feminism. I do dislike feminism. In fact, in my borderline on hate, but that is what it is. That's an organization, not an individual person. Hang on, I got a drink. Okay, I am a male chauvinist pig. Some people call me an asshole, but Dennis Leary has the asshole game all hemmed up for him, so I'm a dick. And I'm a dick by choice. And that's a deployable inseminator carrier kit, works by hydraulics. Winning. Let's see. As for my 2 daughters, I don't really worry about what they have to think. I know they won't be ashamed of me, but good shaming language, feminists usually do that shit. Again, I only speak the truth. I'm proud of what I do, and I don't hide by any false names, and this is actually me here doing this, so... Let's see. As for shutting my hate speech forever, so I'm taking that as I should be killed. Well, I'm easy to find. Come and kill me if you want. Whatever you want, man. You better kill me quick and clean, because usually I carry a gun and I'm pretty fucking good with it. And I'm even better with my fists. So, little miss, whatever your fucking name is, not going to say it online. Thank you for the shaming language. You are completely and utterly irrelevant. Okay, this one is basically for me. I get a lot of comments of guys who say they wish they saw my channel years ago, and it sucks that it wasn't up years ago, and they kind of got fucked over. I mean, I've been doing this about 5 years, going into 5 years here shortly. And I'm doing it to help the younger guys out there, because the system is so stacked against you. The game is rigged, and you're just walking down an alley of fucking pain and abuse that'll last you the rest of your life most of the time. And most men don't really come to this till roughly 34, 35, and that's usually when the big head overpowers the little head, and you actually start thinking about things a little more logically without being clouded with testosterone, which I fully understand. I was 22 myself at one point, and I did some pretty reckless shit, and I'm lucky it hasn't caught up with me yet. But the best you guys can do is, I'm sorry, I wasn't around 10, 15 years ago, but I had to take the long way around. The best thing you can do is share these videos with your young brothers and sisters, or the friends, or the friends' kids, or nieces and nephews. Dudes are like 18 to 24, so they're at least warned that the shit is going to happen. Because these men today, and I'm going to do a show on this down the road called High School Today. they're being taught all kinds of crazy ass bullshit. And when they get into the real world, they're gonna get fucking train wrecked. Seen it many, many times. Because it's all fun and games until you have to cut a man down who hung himself the day after he lost his children. Somebody asked me, what are some of the ways women should be treated now that they are basically equal to men in every single way? Well, first of all, this whole gentleman bullshit, you should probably turn that off. Opening doors, all that crap for these women. I mean, they're all equal, so fuck them. And another thing I find really weird, if you're a dude and you're in the bar and you're running your motherfucking suck hole and somebody gets offended, they're gonna punch you in the face. It's two dudes, it happens all the time. Now women, they run their mouth like that, nobody does anything about it, but now they're qualified to serve in combat, so they should probably enjoy a little at full combat speed action, if you know what I mean. If they want to diarrhea mouth you, it is what it is. I'm not condoning violence, but I sure as hell understand it. And there's a lot of women out there who'll say, oh, that's not my feminism and I don't believe it. Well, guess what? Women are allowed in combat. That is now the law of the land. You will be treated equally to men. If that includes getting your ass kicked or running to the ground, then so be it. And maybe you don't support it, but you remain silent. So that is consent through silence. So you can shut the fuck up. Here's another hate one here. You'll love this one. I saw some of your earlier videos, fun with numbers, and I found them offensive. How can you state fertility windows? Are you a doctor? This is so sexist. It makes me sick. Fuck you, you piece of shit. Okay, well, I'm not a doctor. I observe shit. And I've read a lot of articles on fertility, pregnancy, and the whole deal. So check this shit out. The first fertility window is basically 16 to 28. In that window, there is no goalie, and two defensemen are in the penalty box serving majors. So you can score a goal pretty much with your eyes shut. Hell, the goalie from the other team can score a goal, and that's about it. So that's the first fertility window. It's just common sense. Okay, then you have 28 to 38 where things get dicey. Now, if you're over 30 and you don't have any kids, I can hear you from here. Your waxworks is drying up and crinkling up. It sounds like wax paper. All right. After 33, shit goes way down, and it is what it is. After 35, it becomes very dangerous to have a child for you and for the child. And then you move into the third fertility window. It's basically 38 to 48, and it's almost always medically assisted. It's hard on the women. It's hard on the child, and a majority of preemie babies come from older women trying to have kids. It is what it is. And yet, I'm not a doctor, but I'm just telling you how it is. And since when is it sexist to tell somebody the truth? You don't want to hear the truth? You want it watered down with political correctness? Well, guess what? In my book, I call that lying by another name, and I don't do that, so fuck you. Okay, what are some ways I should approach a relationship? I'm young and want to try for a wife and kids. All right, I'm just going to tell you straight up, very risky, not worth doing. But if you're going to go ahead and try it, you need to follow a couple basic guidelines. And I think I did a show on this, so I'm probably going to do one in the future. But don't act different. Act the way you are. And if she likes being around you the way you are and doesn't want to change you, that's okay, all right? Like, you like what you like. You don't want to have your fucking furniture fucking removed, or you like to come home and watch TV for an hour and a half after you work. You just have to get around that. You don't tolerate her, stuffing your fucking days off with bullshit. Learn how to say fucking no to her and be prepared to lose her, okay? If you can say no and not give a damn if she walks or not, you basically retain your power. And furthermore, don't ever under any circumstances mix your finances, even if you're married to her. Because those ladies, they always pull You know, we're married, we're one, we should all just have one account. I put my money in there, you should put your money in there too. Well, maybe in the 1800s, but this is, 21st century, where women punch out on the 3 words, I'm not happy, no questions asked, they take half your shit and leave you on the street. If you have a joint account with them, they clean that out, you're kicked out in the street and you don't have any fucking money and you have to live on somebody's couch. And this happens to men probably 80 to 90% of the time in a divorce. And if you don't have any friends around, guess what? You're going to go buy a tent and stay at a campground until you can unfuck your life. And believe me, I've done that too, and that sucks balls. I think I covered that one pretty good. Let's see. Number 6, how can I work with a producer who was married? Doesn't the truth bombs you drop interfere with his marriage? Number 1, what he does is his own goddamn business. He doesn't work for me, he works with me, and we're partners in Redonkulous.com. He chose to get married, that's his business also. My particular philosophy is, one and done. If you want to get married, do it one time. If it doesn't work out, never do it again, because statistically speaking, to continue to get married is basically insanity. You're doing the same thing and expecting different results. It's not going to work out. I talked with his wife all the time, and they have a young child. Both of them are super cool. Don't have a problem with them whatsoever. Blake, my producer, contributes basically half the content here. He comes up with all kinds of jokes. And he likes to word things in a way that, normal people can understand. Because when it's just me and I'm talking pop speak, it's very military heavy, and usually only military people get it. And since only 0.25% of the general population goes into the military anymore, that's a very small subsect. So there you go. Okay, I'm glad I saw your video on the friend zone, and I pulled my head out of my ass and cut away 3 women whom friend zoned me years ago. Thank you. Let's see, how do I recognize when I'm about to be friend zoned again? Well, 1, if you meet a woman and you're interested in her, you will know relatively quickly if it's mutual, okay? If it's not, you can try to test the waters for a little while. Maybe she's on the fence of getting into a relationship with you. I'd give it maybe 2, 3, 4 weeks tops. After that, you know what? If it's not working out, just sever it clean. Button up the sub and dive. Don't answer text, phones, none of that shit. Because being in the friend zone is fucking humiliating. When my younger days, I got friend zoned quite a few times. And, after a while, I just said, this is fucking stupid. Because they want to hit you up for resources. They want to burn up your time. They ask you all kinds of crazy shit. And then they complain about some dude, some Neanderthal fucker who's banging the shit out of her. Because, that's what she wants. And you're the nice guy. And you just sit back and watch. I was much younger when this fucking happened, like in high school, but yeah, so you don't want to do the goddamn friend zone. So if it's not working out and you're not feeling after 4 weeks tops, just cut away, man. Just cut away. And they can fuck off. Okay, this is kind of disturbing here. This is from a dude. I don't know, he's probably being honest, which is fine, I don't care. But he said, did you know that many of the MRAs and the MGTOW communities think you are a worthless piece of fuck? How do you cope with that? Well, number 1, I really don't care. I don't care, so what? Number 2, other people's feelings about me do not define who I am. Because the minute you care what people think about you, you will forever be their slave. So they could fuck off. And also, I've done this mission because I've noticed that the men's rights movements, they fragment real easily over stupid bullshit. Like women, they can have 2 or 3, 4, 5,000 people show up for some of these stupid fucking rallies, which are relatively unimportant. But men, especially MRAs, can't get that kind of turnout. And they're doing one of the most egregious things you can do to another human being, and that is taking away your children. So, it's probably all this division that's going on that's keeping these men from, ganging up into one group. So I'm trying to do that with comedy, okay? And when you're the comedian and you're talking the trash, there's no room for personal feelings. I really don't care what they have to say to me. I'm easy to find. They can come say it to my face, and if they want to have a fist fight, I can do that too. As long as you don't want to sue me for fucking damages, because I'll probably fuck you up. Okay, some people are pissed about this dude named Sticks that got mentioned in one of my past videos. Okay, I watched some of his stuff. He appears to be a good dude. I went to his Facebook page. I introduced myself and apologized. But to be fair, this will happen again, and it'll probably happen many, many times, because nobody is free from getting bagged on, and a lot of people are going to get crushed under the tracks. Ridiculous. And I'll handle all those on a case-by-case basis. But as for moving forward, I'm not going to handle anything with kid gloves, and there may or may not be friendly casualties. And I'm sorry. I don't know. When I read this, you're going to think we're back in fucking high school. Okay, you're a D&D playing loser. I did play D&D for quite a long time, basically from 13 to roughly 33. I stopped after I got back from Iraq. It just, it changed my whole life. Your videos are shit, and you're a coward. Okay. How can such a dweeb have 34,000 worth of subscribers? Go cry to your mother, you mama's boy. Okay, coward. That's a fighting word, man. That's calling a dude like me a coward is not really in your best health. I suited up for 3 wars and was almost killed in 2, and did several operations which will never kiss the pages of history. I've been almost killed many times in all kinds of crazy fucking tactical operations and or crazy accidents that happen when thousands of people are maneuvering around in a closed area in the pitch dark. So your definition of me being a coward in that regard is invalidated. If you're referring to me being a coward because I'm hiding, my face and name, I'm the real dude here, Terrence Popp. This is my show. I'm talking on the fucking video. I'm easy to find. So you can come say coward to my face, and we'll see how that works out for you. In regards to 34,000 worth of subscribers, with the quality of the videos that me and my producer put out, we should have way more than this. And I believe there's some foul play going on in regards to YouTube. And I'm hoping that the 34,000 people that I have now, if each one of those guys sent my videos out to 10 people and recruited, my numbers would go up astronomically. Because I've noticed that we're losing people, or people are contacting me saying, hey, I subscribed to you, but I haven't got the last 5 or 6 notifications for your videos. What's going on? Well, YouTube is playing games in regards to that. So Ridiculous is moving out to many other platforms all over the world. So in one way or another, you'll be able to see these videos. They might not be as high quality as they are on YouTube, but they will still be there. As for going cry to my mother, you're a mama's boy. Okay, well, I was raised by a single mother, and I walked one hell of a road to get here to where I am now. Because women do not raise good men. And the statistics of the 80% of men who are in prison now were raised by single mothers. Check it out in the Uniform Crime Report for the United States of America. So that doesn't apply to me either. In my opinion, this is just a simple high school kind of attack. You don't have any substance to your arguments, and none of it really applies to me. So with that being said, go fuck yourself. All right, that's Popp for me, Redonkulous.com from the Lair. I'm going to sign off here and continue sharpening swords and doing weapons maintenance. So you have a good evening.